Hello YouTube, it's Birdo Prey 5 and today is Tuesday, March 19th, 2019, also called St. Joseph's Day. And since my name is Joe, it's actually my name day. And although I'm not the most religious person in the world, from what I gather from reading Wikipedia, basically God commands everybody worship me today. So, I make myself available to you people. I was named, of course, after the legal father, those were the words given, the legal father of Jesus Christ. I'm not going to say that this has got into my head in any way, but I'm as close to the Father of God as you can get on earth. So, you take that with what you may. Make of it what you may. I'm not saying my word is God's, but I challenge you to find someone whose word is closer to God's, that you can actually talk to in living form right now. In English. What? I do have the microphone on, I'm pretty sure. Anti-Tracker said first at 4:13 p.m. Eastern. That was about 30 minutes ago. And then again at 4:28. He said still first. But Thomas Potts says hi at 4:42 p.m. You are number one, Thomas. Thank you very much. Darth Kilhoun, just coming off of a long and successful war in Hearts of Iron 4, says hi, Bird, also at 4:42. And then he asks if I'm Catholic. Well, kinda, not really. I mean, the family is Catholic going back, but my parents were not particularly religious. My sister and I were never sent to religious instruction. We were baptized. I was never technically confirmed the way you're supposed to be confirmed, although while I was in the hospital, a priest apparently did give me, what's that? Communion. Did give me communion, so I kind of skipped that step. But no, honestly, I only by family history, I've never really gone to Catholic Mass unless it was for a wedding or a funeral. Although I spent a lot of time in churches, it wasn't for religious reasons. But the family being Italian, even my grandparents that were alive were not particularly Catholic. My grandmother tells it that when they moved to a neighborhood and it was a German Catholic church, and they went to go in and they saw that they were Italian, the priest told them, you belong at this other church, like further away. That was the Italian church. And after that, her family was like, we don't have time for this shit. And so that ended that for her. And I assume my grandfather had no particular great interest in it either, as my parents. I know my mom went to Catholic school for a bit, right? Right, my dad, they went to Catholic schools, but I don't ever remember my papa or mama going to Mass, going to church. No. So, yeah, we're not a particularly religious family. Definitely believe in God of some type of creator. More to life than just what we see, for sure. I definitely in that respect. But no, I wouldn't say I was Catholic. Great respect for people who are religious. In college, I was back and forth on it. I was debating whether I was gonna become more religious or not. I did a few years try to follow teachings about, giving up things for Lent and some other things, but no, I ultimately did not follow that path. Thomas Potts says, guess no, $1.99, $199 tonight for anti-tracker. I don't know why you won't give anti-tracker. I didn't command you not to. I mean, if you want to give it to me, that's fine. Thomas Potts says, well, I guess I'm changing religion. Well, if you want to change to Catholicism because of me, Thomas, that's well and good. I'm not going to tell you not to. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Qapla. Hello and Qapla. Not Ryan Johnson. Darth Calhoun says, I'm a Catholic who hates the current Pope. Darth, how do you hate the current Pope? Everybody loves this Pope. He was a Jesuit. I mean, even people who aren't Catholic love this Pope. Because is he too liberal for you? I don't know. I'm going to say, I do think that they are canonizing way too many people. I mean, it's like, I figured I'd become a saint at some point. But, there seems like they're letting everybody become a saint these days. Thomas Potts says, wow, the leader of Karoga has a God complex. No, Thomas, it's not a God complex if you're the legal father of Jesus Christ, okay? All I need now is a starship. Anti-Tracker says, hey, Qapla Anti-Tracker, welcome back to the stream. Thomas Potts says, well, I just defeated Germany and Arabia in Civilization 5. Congratulations. Mission accomplished. Thomas. Thomas Potts says, I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade. Congratulations. I don't know, the biggest problem with Catholic school for me would have been the fact that it was, I believe they're all like single sex until a certain grade. At least around here they seem to be. Darth Calhoun says, I'm Bavarian Catholic, the one of 2 German Catholic tribes. I got that from your stream earlier, Darth Calhoun. I'll be honest, I do not know a lot of the differences between what's a Bavarian Catholic or other Catholics, and I mean, I know between Italian Catholics and like Spanish and Hispanic Catholics, there's some differences, but yeah, I'm on the outside of all of that. Thomas Potts says, you might have a day named after you, but I have a tropical island. Okay, Potts. There are more than 365 tropical islands in the world, but there are only 365 days in a year. So I say day trumps island. Darth Calhoun says, Thomas Potts, only a 2nd grade Catholic school, rest public school. Darth says to Thomas, yeah, I went to public school. Well, public school except for a short stint in a private pre-K kindergarten school after I was expelled from public school for biting somebody. But then first grade I was back in public school, and we did not even get to leave early on Wednesdays. Lots of other kids in the class got to leave early on Wednesday for religious instruction, whatever the hell that was supposed to mean. But no, not for us, which is fine. Because after they left, the teachers didn't really teach anything anyway. It was just kind of like hang out for 30 minutes till the day ends. Robin Vingiletta, I've read your name many times but never had to say it out loud. Welcome, Robin. Praying for you. Thank you, Robin. I do accept all prayers, even if I'm not particularly religious. God knows, when I was in the hospital and like couldn't move and couldn't do anything, I had people of all faiths come pray and say prayers by my bedside. I was happy to listen to people read Bible verses just because there was that, or count the tiles on the ceiling. So I would listen to the Bible verses. No problem. There was a what was a man from India, right? Yeah. Man from India was one of the guys who used to come quite a bit. There were I had a friend who would come quite often and pray with me. Yes, there was a Muslim lady too, whose mother was also in the ICU, and she used to come. And like I said, I got somebody gave me those rosaries. I got little crosses and angels and things. I mean, you know. And Mom believes it helped, which is good. So yeah, I do not turn away any prayers. Like I said, I definitely respect religious people. I do not make fun of them, as some people do, but I don't. I almost wish I was more religious to a point, but I'm not. I'm not going to be. Thomas Potts says he meant $1.99. He's already Catholic. Thomas says, you're a saint of what? Meteors? I'm the saint of saints, I think. I don't know. I have to see what Wikipedia says exactly. I just kind of skimmed it. I skimmed it enough to know I was supposed to wear red today because it is St. Joseph's Day. Also, if you know a person named Joe, Joseph, Josephine, any deviation? That's not how you pronounce it. No, not deviation. Derived. Anything like derived from that. Deviation? Any name derived from Joseph, you're supposed to tug on their ear for good luck. So yes, if you know a Joe or a Joseph or a Josephine, a Joey, a Giuseppe, go ahead, and Jose, go ahead and tug on their ear today, and you get good luck. I wish I was the saint of meteors. Thomas says mine wasn't single sex. Well, then that's much better than the ones that were around where I was growing up, although No, not going to go there. Darth Calhoun says no Catholic schools aren't sex separated. Well, Thomas would seem to disagree. Anti-Trekker says, I am not Catholic, however, my aunt was a nun, and I was named after Saint Michael. Very interesting. Saint Michael being the patron saint of poop? I don't know. See, this is why, if I'd gone to religious instruction, I might have known that. All I know is that the church where I grew up was St. Jude. Never went there. Well, never went there to attend church. I went there once with my father to pick up what we thought was a great deal on a pool table that someone was getting rid of and was in the church basement, and all we had to do was move the pool table out. So I went with a couple of my friends, and we're like, oh cool, we're gonna have a nice new pool table. And it turned out to be the biggest piece of crap ever, but we got it out of the basement. My friend ended up taking it to his garage, and I think he ended up just getting rid of it, never even bothering to put it together. He ended up getting a nice real pool table, but that was the only time I set foot in St. Jude. That, and I think when I was a young kid, they did Cub Scout meeting there, and I went to, I think, 1 or 2 Cub Scout meetings, and that was it. I was not so interested in becoming a Cub Scout after realizing that it was nothing like portrayed on DuckTales, the Junior Woodchucks, whatever book. Yeah, that's exactly true. That is the God's honest truth, and I'm related, apparently, by name. Thomas Potts says Pittsburgh has Central Catholic High Schools for boys and Oakland Catholic High School for girls. Thomas Potts says you bit someone because you wanted to mate with them. No, Thomas. No, I was in pre-K, and this kid skipped me in line. It was my turn to use the swing set, and this a-hole kid completely stepped around me and then ran to the swings before it was my turn, and I go up to him, say get down, and he ignored me, so I just bit his arm to get him off the swing, and next thing you know, I'm expelled. Bastards. They should have been giving me a medal. Someone needed to teach that kid a lesson. No, it wasn't Klingon. The G is silent, says Robin. Robin Valletta. Okay, Robin. Is JUOT still running? Yes it is. In fact, it's on new forum software, JUOT.net. I plug it at the end of every video. It is still up and running. Robin is was a member of the forum many years ago. Thomas Potts says Lore is the patron saint of Transwarp. I'd believe it. And Shields. Robert says spiritual. Here, not a fan of organized religion. What? Yeah, what?
No, spiritual.
Oh, okay, but that was okay. Yeah, you could say the same here. Not Ryan Johnson says transferring to my phone to listen on my way home. Very cool. Not Ryan Johnson. Thank you for even bothering. and hope you have a good ride home. Robin says, troublemaker, if you need to shake things up, let me know. Things are running fairly smooth right now, Robin. I think we're good. Okay, so let's do a quick check of nation states. How has the mighty armed Republic of Karoga been? It's okay. Lowell not coming back. Well, okay. Let's check out how the mighty nation of Karoga is doing in the free browser game nationstates.net if anyone wants to. And of course, the browser is missing. I've got to add it back. There we go. Okay. So, I wanna point out that in the absence between the last video, that the civil rights has risen to below average, and more importantly, the economy has risen to powerhouse. Right? It was thriving before. They had to invent a new goddamn word because our economy is just so great. So we are now a powerhouse of a country with very good political freedoms. Unlike some nation like Triggerland 85, where the poor people are dying in the streets and have no freedoms. And our population is almost at half a billion. Let's check our telegrams. What do these people have? The Republic of DJ Land says, but Discovery taught me I can beam through shields. So there is that. This is because I told the Republic of DJ Land that my bunkers were impenetrable and that we had 24th century Borg shielding protecting our underground bunkers. So he thinks he can beam through shields. And I'll tell him, if you think disco is canon, then bring it. And the Empire of Triggerland 85, oh boy. Unheard of political freedoms, some civil rights, and a very strong economy, which means much worse than Karoga. A pitiful 97 million people, and their animal is the weak cat. So, Karoga looks like a nice place to dump waste. Yeah, Karoga looks like a nice place, period. Your ugly country couldn't win second prize in a beauty contest, even if you played Monopoly. That's a sick burn. A sick burn if I ever heard one. I am sure that the leader of Triggerland 85 will be blown away by that burn. So let's check our issues. Let's see. Appropriate amount of appropriation. Refugees want to call Karoga home. Is Karoga too promiscuous? Maison d'Air. Uncultured singles in your area. Well, let's start at the bottom. Kraft, Qraft, of Karoga, the largest dairy corporation in the nation, is facing a grating criticism in the form of letters and protests involving blue cheese stink bombs. The denunciation of the company comes from independent rural cheesemakers, and Trek Yards has gone live. Come from independent rural cheesemakers angered over the production of individually wrapped slices of processed cheese, or singles, aka the greatest cheese ever known to man. Cheese traditionalists, I added that part myself. Cheese traditionalists, dairy dons, and queso collectivists have intruded on your peaceful lunch at the Kronos Deli. That would make a great deli. Mental note. Alexa, add to my to-do list, create Kronos Deli.
Create Kronos Deli added to your to-do list.
Excellent. To make their voices heard over the sounds of mechanical slicing of cheese. The debate. The vile Logan corporations are incorporating the label of cheese as if le plastique is authentique, laments le passionate and flamboyant. You know what flamboyant is code for. Vincent Fromage, Brocaland's famous cheese connoisseur, as he smears mousse brie on a slice of toasted bread. These bland mockeries of real cheese are a disgrace to this nation's cheese-making heritage. The corporation should be restricted from calling these glorified napkins cheese and save that label for proper products like Broncoland's wonderful blocks and roulettes, or Smalltopian Munster, or he stops the clean breadcrumbs off of his flashy suit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with Mr. Vincent Fromage, because Karogan cheese is real cheese. It's the best cheese. That's why it has the name Karoga in it. Number 2 says, and this is not number 2, as in the third person in command of a starship. That's not enough to stop fake cheese. My comrade is merely a petty bourgeois. It's one of those words. I know what it means, but don't know how to pronounce so well. Burgoy's puppet for the Karoga chiefs of Cheddar, exclaims Carl Engels Brinza, a notorious Brockalayan social and economic reformer and part-time milk sourcer. He consumes a grilled Kronos Jack sandwich. Real cheese traditionalists are tired of oppression systematically opposed by the dairy corporations. I say it's time for us, the real cheesemakers, to take control, seizing the means of production, if you will. We will strip away the tyranny of those corrupt corporations like Kraft. No thanks. Comrade, no thanks. Number 3, a large figure emerges from the shadows of the deli's break room. Alas, only when it comes to cheese do these Marxists seem to care about our culture, sighs the immense silhouette of Kraft CEO, known only as the Big Cheese. This is a man I like. Uh, these uneducated peasants are always threatened to regulate industry or even seize control of the nation's companies. My company has every right to call our processed singles cheese, even if they happen to be wobbly slices of soured milk, orange coloring, and emulsifiers. You don't expect citizens to buy individually wrapped cheese product or pre-sliced cheese substitute, do you? No, I would not. Number 4 says, what a bunch of radical lunatics, remarks Wesley Adams, mayor of a dairy village in the Corrigan countryside. Biggie Cheese over here and Carl Angle character are using a topic as trivial as the production of cheese to increase their power and influence. However, Mr. Cheese was right about leaving the processed cheese industry alone. He eats a cube of smelly T-Rex cheese with a toothpick. Many of these bumpkins, craftsmen, live in poverty. Giving them a little assistance would satisfy the blessed cheesemakers and ensure they stick to making authentic Corrigan cheese rather than intervene with the productivity of our processed cheese single factory. Now we're going to go with number 3. Talking point. Oh, god damn it. Preservative-laden Corrigan cheeses will be as edible when archaeologists dig them up next millennium. That's good. That's not a bad thing. The Corrigan economy fell from powerhouse to thriving. You sons of bitches. Why? Because of cheese? This game is against me. Maison d'Air. With housing costs rising at a ridiculous rate, younger citizens, find themselves about 10 times as unlikely to own a home as their parents. Well, that's not surprising. Perturbed youngsters, disgruntled businessmen, and the obviously privileged, are shouting at you to do something, anything really. Okay, anything? We might be able to accomplish that. The debate. Where in Violet's name are the poor kids supposed to live? Cries Eric Flanders, an elderly yet surprisingly hip politician. Oh, Bernie Sanders, Eric Flanders, I get it. Speaking from the comfort of his second home garden patio. This new generation is our future, and we cannot turn away and leave them out in the cold. The government must take charge and push through a massive erection. Wow, that's sexist. Of affordable homes in order to shelter these youngsters. And the top 1% should pay for it. It's about time they started paying their fair share. Okay, Ernie. Number 2 says, as if the youth of today needed more excuses to be lazy. Sputters construction mongol and landlord extraordinaire Sheldon Boleto. The real problem here is obviously the draconian government planning regulations and ridiculous safety standards you have in place, stifling development and creative solutions. Let the free market take its course, and I'll have all kinds of houses up all over the place. All involved will profit. It will create jobs, get rid of superfluous greenery, superfluous greenery, meaning things you don't need. Greenery, and settle the problem of homelessness. Young people, yes. Not homeless. Settle the problem of homeless ingrates, but no, young people. Well, it's not the worst idea I've heard so far. Number 3. Oh, we got 5, really? Oh heavens, all that sounds completely unnecessary if you ask me, interjects Amadeus Pushkin, your minister for tea and scones. Why would I have a minister for tea and scones? While preparing warm milk for stray undergrads. We needn't do much to make housing more available, really. People like me and others of my generation have more than enough space, be it in our townhomes or cottages up north. So why can't these little ragamuffins come stay with us? They could help around the house and earn their keep, so to speak. Some of the neighbors might need a little government encouragement, but all in all, no complete overhaul required. So basically, they want to take college students as slaves, but slaves that can stay in the house with them. If it wasn't for the fact that government encouragement would be needed, that means money, I might go for that. Number 4 says, it's so stupid, says coffee shop barista. Great. Brenda Winters, her milk steamer fueled solely by resentment towards anyone over the age of 40. The banks and the old people ruin the economy and everything with their years of loose spending and grabbing anything with a roof. It's so totally their fault, haha. What if the government maxed out taxes on second homes and upped the interest rates on oldies debts by really, really lot of percentage or whatever? To balance out the damages caused by the housing market. That would be so funny. I can't believe I wasted my time reading that, Brenda. Come on, number 5. Be a good one. Oh, where is your spirit of adventure? Exclaims Joseph Du Bois, chair of the Homeowners Association, Heart of Darkness. Nice. We have an abundance of young people slouching around without a house or home, correct? I say we send them off with a couple of muskets and bayonets to find their own place in the world, settle new colonies, and bring the light of Kuroga to all corners of the world. It might affect domestic labor availability slightly, but think of the wealth we would collect with all the new territory. Yes, Joseph, it is our name day, and damn it, Joseph, you had the best idea yet. We are going to send our young people to colonize the world, perhaps starting with Triggerland 85. Yes. Talking point. Disputed territories across the United Federations are being claimed by Kuroga college students. Excellent. Reclassifications. Kuroga's civil rights fell from below average to some. Some's all you need, let me tell you. Especially now that they're going to have whole territories to themselves. Is Kuroga too promiscuous? What the hell? The highly moral and religious pressure group Cuckolds and Cuckqueens Anonymous has lobbied for the criminalization of adultery. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. Whatever happened to sanctuary of marriage? No. Well, this could be fun to read. Alexander Cox, while wearing a t-shirt bearing the slogan, marriage is for life, not just for anniversaries. Whatever happened to lifelong companionship? Whatever happened to simple faithfulness because of love? Adultery seems to be more of a hobby than anything these days. The government must impose utmost punishments on those who commit this sin. A good old-fashioned stoning should sort it, says Alexandra Cox. Number 2 says, I don't agree with adultery either, says Declan Kidman, a passerby. Oh. But stoning, you don't think that's a little extreme? If we find someone guilty of fornication, we can just lock them up in jail. That way no one gets killed and the sinners get justice. It's more expensive to taxpayers than a stoning, of course, but I reckon it's worth it. I reckon you're an idiot. Number 3 says, with the greatest of respect, this is none of your business. Exactly. It's not government's business. Yells Daniel Ripley, who is rumored to have more than 1,000 lovers and even more children. The government has no right to go about trying to dictate the laws of love and romance. Marriages break down, people move on. Is it really the government's place to make people stay put? You must recognize the fact that law has no place in the bedroom. Absolutely, I accept. Number 3. Karoger's civil rights rose from some to average. Well, that was a big increase in civil rights. Talking point, Karoga is notorious for its citizens' infidelity. There are worse things. Refugees want to call Karoga home. I bet they're refugees from Triggerland 85. After several bloody conflicts in nearby regions, a stream of asylum seekers and refugees have been spotted headed for Karoga's shores. Oh boy. The debate. Some of these people have endured terrible hardships to reach our borders, says International Red Cross spokesman Jill Yu. We must welcome these unfortunates with open arms. Let the world see Karoga does not turn its back on those in need. Jill, I assume you are opening your own home. I applaud you. Number 2 says these grasping freeloaders will swamp our culture and traditions, argues talk radio host Neil Evans. First they want welfare, the next thing you know they're taking our jobs. They're taking our jobs! You know they won't bother to learn our language. I say charity begins at home, and this isn't their home. This is the world's problem, not ours. Well, I would say it's someone's problem, not ours. And number 3, economics professor Tabitha Maldonado offers an alternative. There is no question that we have to help those who reached out to us in their darkest hour. But on the other hand, we cannot help everybody. So let's just take the ones who are willing to keep our streets clean and our drains flowing in return for a subsistence wage. Yeah, I'm cool with that, economics professor Tabitha. And that's why we're helping some people, but not all the people. So we are taking our fair share. Shanty towns are forming on the suburbs of major cities. And yes, but I also have police cracking down on the homeless, so they won't last long. The appropriate amount of appropriation. The issue, recently well-known clothing retailer Totally Happening Apparel Trends that began marketing a new hoodie that features deeply sacred iconography of a Karogan ethnic group. Civil rights activists, tribal emissaries, entrepreneurs, and an assortment of young punks from the local skate park have formed an impressive mob outside your office demanding you take action. The debate. Number 1 says, "Oh, come on, you can't be serious," scoffs CEO of that, Maria Hernandez, bedkecked in a war bonnet and Calvera patterned t-shirt. It's not stealing, it's assimilating. Next, you're going to be telling me certain ethnic foods and languages are being appropriated too. These people just don't realize we're helping to promote their parts of native cultural heritage by mainstreaming it. Thinking about how many people didn't know about the native Karogan emblem until we featured it on our clothes. Frankly, they should be thanking us. Not the worst argument. Number 2 says, this is a racist stereotyping and an insult to our proud culture. Goodbye, Sherlock. That's as far as I need to read from you. Number 3 says, whoa, now let's not get hasty. This is just as a misunderstanding, cautions anthropologist Anatkin Wagner. Clearly that had no right to misrepresent Koroban's symbol like they did. Of course they had a right. They had every right. So number 4 says, yo man, did you consider the possibility you're asking the wrong questions? Says a local youth shouldering his way to the front of the crowd. My parents are like a bunch of ethnicities all blended together, so we never have to worry about someone cribbing our style, or who we shouldn't identify with. Why not make all forms of cultural identification a thing of the past? That way we don't have to worry about appeasing or insulting any one social group. It's mostly our parents and grandparents doing all the yanking anyway. How does one make that a thing of the past? I don't know. I'm going with number 1 here. They have every right to use it. If you don't like it, don't buy the product. That's as simple as it goes. Prominent cultural symbols are featured on the backs of cereal boxes. I'm absolutely fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. So let's get back to the main Karoga screen. Our economy has fallen to thriving, but our civil rights have increased. I really miss that powerhouse. We got another telegram from DJ Land. I don't think disco is canon. Just saying, if you think your shields will hold, you have another thing coming. Actually, he spelt it think coming. You have another think coming. They need to at least get people who can write. Yeah, well. The Republic of DJ Land does not scare me. Or Karoga. In fact, let's check our cards. Where are the cards? Here they are. You have 6 unopened packs. Epic. Nice. An epic. Rare. That's not bad. Common. Uncommon. And common. So we've got 2 epics, but according to DJ, legendary is better than epic. And he's got a legendary. Though, to be honest, I mean, I can't be sure. I mean, I would say legendary sounds better than epic. You don't have room for 5 more cards. Please divest some or upgrade your deck capacity below. Okay, we need to get rid of some of these common cards. 15 Jump Street. We'll gift that. We'll junk it. Why should we pay to gift it? Junked. We're gonna junk you. A good dino. Junk. The Osiris Fraternal Order. Sword 13. Gallison 265. This guy's getting junked. 15 Jump Street. I thought I junked you. Why won't you junk? God damn it. Junking you. Okay. Let's refresh the page. You're getting junked also. Okay. Now let's open another pack. Cards. X Nation, common. Oh, you don't even exist. I think you're... Can I junk you right here? I can. Common. Uncommon. Firefly Erectula. I'm sorry. You're getting junked. You're getting junked. Uncommon cream. We get another pack. Rare. Okay. Common. Epic. A third epic. A third epic. Uncommon. An uncommon, but an X Nation. I know you're uncommon, but I'm still junking you. And you're common, so I'm junking you too. Because I think I've got one more deck. Oh, I've got 3 unopened packs. You know what? We might not go through all these packs today, but I don't know. Common cards. Okay, junk you. I'll junk you because you have the flag that looks like Triggerland. The Osiris Federation. I know it's not Luke, so we're junking you. Commonwealth of you, we're junking you. And we're junking you. You two have decent flags, even though you're common. So I'm gonna hold you guys for as long as I can. Uncommon. Australia, Hungary. Rare, a 4th rare. Common, goodbye. X Nation, junk. Rare, wow, we're getting number of rares. A number of rares. Oh, wait, rares. I'm thinking rare is epic. And a common from Ocean Sorcery. Goodbye. Let's try. Don't have enough. Okay. So that's enough cards for today. Well, we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll gift a couple of cards. Oh, I have 47 cards. So I need to get rid of 2. Okay, if I got to get rid of 2 cards, this looks like Japan. This just looks stupid. Let's gift this one. Let's gift this one to DJ Land. Oh, transfer fee of 0.5. Screw that. We're junking you. And you've got a stupid looking flag. Junking you. So we'll do one more deck and then go back to comments. Come on, legendary. Rare, not bad. Common. Kitty Hitler. The democratically elected states of Kitty Hitler. Wow. Goodbye. The People's Republic of California with a Soviet flag. I love it. Even though you're common. Another rare. And another rare. Wow, 3 rares in that deck. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Let me take my pill, and then I will get back to the comments. Alexa, set house to 71 degrees.
The heat's set to 71.
I raised it today and it's getting hot in here. The camera's off, but I'm still talking. Do you need me? Speaking of games, I did find the Skylines wiki. And this is at skylines.paradoxwikis.com. And this basically tells you all about City Skylines for those who are playing. I've been reading up on the policies. It has a little more info as to what they do than is actually provided in the game. And there are pages on a lot of things. So you guys might want to check out this website for those who are those who are playing. Like, what the hell does a bike ban on sidewalks really do? And it says, this policy bans cycling on sidewalks. Ban can only use dedicated bike lanes and bike pathways. So that basically stops biking going down the street. So if you don't have bike lanes or paths, you can't bike. Which is kind of important to know. Because you would think in the real world, if you couldn't bike on the sidewalk, you would just bike in the street. But no, in City Skylines, you're not allowed to bike in the street unless there's a bike lane, which is honestly the way the law should be, and not this crap that bikes get to use the same lanes as cars, because they just die. People die when that happens, and that is stupid. I'm sorry. I know avid bicyclers say, oh, this road is meant to be shared. No, the road was built for cars. Nobody would have built those roads for bicyclists. Okay, bicyclists don't pay taxes on gasoline, which help keep those roads paved and put down. Okay, the roads were made for cars and trucks, not for bicycles. Okay, nobody would have done it if it was just for bicyclists. Now, I'm all for people riding their bicycle to work where it has a dedicated path to do so. I do not want to see people get killed needlessly on their bicycles because they're trying to go through, real traffic with cars. So, and I am trying my best to figure out if it's even possible to create a custom modification. So far, it doesn't seem like it is. I so much want to create custom policies, mods that would add custom policies to cities, but apparently there is no coding in the game to allow you to add extra policies via a mod, which is very, very disappointing because the game is otherwise so much upgradable via mods. Oh. Okay. Let's see where we are with the chat. Let's see. 501, 542, Jesus. There's a lot of comments. Robin says, troublemaker, if you need to shake things up, let me know. Not coming back. Love you, though. Thank you, Robin. Thomas says, my country is a paradise. You will kill your own people. Capital punishment in Karoga is 10.3%. Listen, it's called survival of the fittest, Thomas. Triggerlin would like to send you a friendship package. What's your location? Right, like we're going to tell you. Hector says, welcome, Hector. Says, processed cheese is unnatural. Robin says that, I guess, nation states is gay. Hector says, I'm with Vincent. Yeah, it's okay, Sassy. I'm with Vincent Frontage. DJ says, howdy all. Thomas says, hi, DJ. Thomas says, the evil Karoga Lita is at it again. And people are saying hi. DJ says, okay. So I walk in and I hear Joe say, oh, God damn it. DJ says, down with Karoga. Hector says, air. No R. Jeez. Eerie. No air. Jeez. Hector, I don't pretend I can pronounce words. Especially words with symbols over letters. Thomas says he compared himself to God earlier. I didn't compare myself. I just pointed out that I was named after the legal father of God, of Jesus. Which kind of makes me like God, in a way. Night Breeze says, hi DJ, Qapla, bird of prey, Qapla, Night Breeze. Welcome to the stream. DJ Odyssey says, yeah, Joe is getting a little delusional. That is Saint Joe to you, DJ. Thomas Potts says, what a waste of taxpayers' money. A minister of tea and scones. I agree. I should fire them. DJ says, did he just declare war? Thomas says, my people shall fight you till their deaths. Yeah, that's what you want them. That you would send them to fight to the deaths. Hector says, for sure refugees are not from my country. They have a good drugged up life. They are happy, says Hector. DJ Odyssey says, they ain't from mine. We are thriving and happy and ready to attack Karoga. Thomas says he's enslaving immigrants and college children. DJ says, yes, he is. Hector says, not surprising in the least. Hector says, the extinct native Karogan people. DJ says, listen to him do a racist voice now. Lol, says DJ. I was just trying to get the feeling of the character that was talking. The character had a very like French accent. Hector says Joe's gibbering of Cribbin? Oh, that guy, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know what I was trying to do there. DJ says next he will try and talk jive, lol. Ain't no thing. I'm trying to remember what they said on Airplane. When the woman, the old white woman, is like, stewardess, I speak jive. Watch your mouth. That was a great scene. A great scene, Airplane. Josh Street says, Bird lost all of his great hits he sung in the early 2000s when MySpace did a server migration wiping everything from 2003 to 2013. Yes, although I didn't really lose anything, apparently MySpace did some type of server migration and lost a tremendous amount of data. And I know what you're thinking. Who the hell uses MySpace? And I don't. So this is the world's smallest violin for the people who used MySpace. The Multi-Gun Man says, how's it going, Bird? It's going well, Multi-Gun Man. Thank you for coming. Luke for Vark says, oh, hey, folks. Uh-oh, Luke. You might have heard my French accent. Josh Street says, what they gave Bird a day. What they gave Bird a day? Hector says, one epic, pathetic. I have 3. Well, I got plenty of epics now. DJ says, hey, Multi. Hey, Luke. And then I say, hey to DJ. And I'm skipping the hellos. And Darth Calhoun says to Luke, I brought back Bourbon France as a puppet in my Hearts of Iron 4 stream. Thomas says, does anyone know what the cards are for anyway? DJ says, no clue what the damn cards are for, lol. Somebody said they were just for fun, but I didn't confirm it. I didn't look it up. Jot Street says, what is this anyway? It is nationstates.net, a free-to-play browser, web browser game. Basically, you create a nation, and you do things, you answer, you create policies and stuff, and the more time you spend there, the more things you get, the higher your population. You get to vote on things in like a United Nations type system. It's pretty intense if you get deep into it. I don't. I just play it for the fun of it. Hector says 15 Jump Street is cheating. Lol, it was. DJ says just some web game to see what kind of dictator you would make. That's another way of putting it. Hector says this is what Joe's doing, playing nation states. Well, I try to get to it once a live stream if I can. Luke says I abandoned almost all anti-tracker streams. I watch Bird of Prey now. Oh boy, Luke. That's gonna make anti-tracker cry. Hector says, ooh la la, ooh la la. The Multi-Gunman says, a third epic. Tell them that you're at least 10 epics, that you want at least 10 epics. Hector says, it's a good time of day for you, I presume. To Luke. Luke says, Bird of Prey, wait. What made you think Osiris Nation could have been mine? Aren't you Osiris on Anti-Tracker's Discord? I don't know. I thought you were. Otherwise, I'm talking to the wrong person on rare occasions. John Araki says, if anti-streams were cards, streams would have been common, PSAs would be rare, and the new videos would be epic, yes. DJ says she loves commies. Hector says Joe doesn't want another Hitler nearby. DJ Odyssey says them pills are making him funny. Hector says, Alexa, understand. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Understand him with that mouth full? Yes. Cancel. Joe never shares his food, says Thomas. Nobody asks. Luke says, Bird of Prey, happy name day, Joe. Happy name. Thank you, Luke. And I bless you, my son. I assume. Oh, I'll give a tug on my ear for you, Luke. That will bring you good luck. Oh, sassy. Sassy's also wishing you good luck. Hector says, "Oh right, Jose." DJ asks Joseph Stalin. Well, if you do see Joseph Stalin alive and walking, then yes, go wish him a happy name day. Hector says, "Not quite." DJ Odyssey says, "Roads were originally built for horses and carriages." Yeah, but they weren't paved, were they? Sassy, what's the matter, baby? Is there somebody outside? No, there's nobody outside. What are you barking at, baby? Okay. Darth Calhoun says, "What's with the Neanderthals?" Oh, what's with the Netherlands? Oh my God. I thought that was weird. I don't know what's up with the Netherlands. John Araki says, Avdi Rapitina Chinko? I have no idea. Josh Street says, "Wasn't the road built for horses and wagons?" Luke says, "Bird of Prey, actually roads were paved for footmen first, Roman footmen in this case. Gotta get those legions on time to the war effort." Well, those are European roads, Luke. In America, we had dirt roads. They were paved when we started getting cars. John Araki says, "Can the roads handle rickshaws?" DJ says, "Where the hell is the wig? How are you supposed to get back to 20 views without it, lol?" Yeah, it's a little hot today for the wig, but don't you worry. I've got a new wig coming. It'll look even better, and it should be ready for, what's today? Tuesday, for Thursday's stream, if all goes well. Anti-Tracker says, "Sassy does not like gay stuff." Yes, a dog after my own heart. Josh Street says, "DJ Sassy ate the wig. You know she would if she could." Luke says, "Bird of Prey, by the way, I had no time to check out nation states and days. Can you check my community to see how they're faring?" Luke, I can. I just need to know the name of your community because I don't remember it offhand. Let me see if I've got it. Let me see if I've got it in my telegrams. Oh, I got another telegram from the Republic of DJ Land, who said you got triggered over a flag. I didn't get triggered over a flag. Let's see. Luke, I could have sworn you sent me a telegram. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is your country, Luke. Because it's got the French flag. The People's Republic, that's not a great start, of Himavaya, inoffensive centrist democracy. Your central rights are good, your economy is good, and your political freedom is average. You got 105 million people. The People's Republic of Bavaria is a very large, environmentally stunning nation notable for its compulsory military service, public floggings, and suspicion of poets. A hard-nosed, hard-working, devout population of 105 million has some civil rights, but not too many. Enjoy the freedom to spend their money however they like to a point, and take part in free and open elections, although not too often. So, yes, you've got corporal punishment, conscription, term limits. Oh, you've got legal cannabis. That's why your country is not as strong as it could be. Challenge. You got an epic card, you got an ultra rare, you got some rare, and you apparently found the cards just fine. Much sooner than I did. Challenge. Is this how you do it? The Armed Republic of Karoga versus the People's Republic. Wins 1, loses 1. Wait, the Armed Republic of Karoga has 0 wins and 6 losses? I've never known a challenge. Round 1. Click to begin. World Census experts studied which citizens seemed least concerned about eternal damnation, spiritual awakeness, and chakra well-being in order. I got it.
Call from name unavailable.
Hello?
Hi, congratulations. This is your official notification.
Chakra well-being in order to determine the most God-forsaken nations. Flawless victory. Winner Karoga. Champion points earned 28. Round 2 irrelevant. Flawless victory. So, is that it? Is that the challenge is over? Is that all I've got to do? Oh, we're going to DJ land. We're gonna challenge you. Now I've got 13, you've got 6. Level bonus points plus 7. I'm going for it. Who have been challenging me all these times? World consensus experts track millions of international tourists in order to determine the world's favorite nations to sightsee. All the other rounds are irrelevant. Flawless victory for the Republic of Karoga. Oh boy, you gained a level. Welcome to level 14. You've qualified for a specialty. I'm beating up the nation of DJ Land. Now it's time to come. It's time to come for Triggerland 85. 14 versus 2. A sure thing. In fact, failure would be humiliating. Karoga's specialty. You have a specialty is granted. Boosted chance of coming to play in the challenges. What should we do? Political freedoms. I have far more political freedoms. Go. Round 1, begin. World Census. Oh no! World Census agents tracked off-the-books deals and handshake agreements in order to study the size of nations' informal economies. Triggerland won. No, but it's not a flawless victory. You got 1 point. God damn it. Round 2. World Census Special Forces intercepted crates of smuggled weapons to determine which nation has the largest arms industry. And 13-1. All the other rounds are irrelevant. Only earned 4 championship points. Wow. Rematch versus Triggerland. Could I do it? I should. Screw you, Triggerland. We're going back. I don't even know what. Economy. Go. Population. That should be a flawless victory. Definitely. 4 points earned. I'm just beating the hell out of Triggerland. Let's go for the third. Let's go for the third and jugular. 12 points. We'll keep our economy. Round 1 begin. Recreational drug use. Dubious content to determine which nation's citizens consume the most recreational drugs. Wait. So I won even though more of my citizens... well, flawless victory. I'm not going to complain. So, 4 wins. You know what? I guess DJ Land needs a second round of attack. I need to at least get to a 50% win rate. We're going. What's this? Nations allow the citizens the greatest amount of freedom to select their own government. Karoga wins 9-0. Other all rounds irrelevant. Championship points earned 8. And so we now have 7 wins, 6 losses. We are... let's try the nation of Zethon. My friend who got his YouTube channel yanked. Your level is 5 higher Zethon, which will make this challenge very easy. Your specialty is granted a bonus. Okay, now let's see what is Zethon. How do I get to... nation equal Zethon. Economy strong. Political freedoms are rare. So I definitely want to use political freedoms as my advantage. We're going. Citizens. Perfect. 6-0. Flawless victory. On social conservatism, citizens and nations ranked high to tend to give greater restrictions placed on what they may do in their personal lives, whether via community values or government-imposed law. Well, there's a big difference between community values and government-imposed law. So now we even have a victory against the armed socialist of Zethon. A tremendous day for the Armed Republic of Karoga. Yes, the Triggerland and DJ Land and your other enemies of Karoga. You're going to reap and learn. Reap and learn. Karoga is not afraid to face you down anytime, anywhere. Hope you've learned your lessons. DJ Odyssey is lol. Thomas is lolling. John Araki says Sassy was trained to be homophobic. No, all beagles are naturally homophobic. DJ Odyssey says looks that way, John. John Araki says where are the indigenous Pierogans all wiped out? Were the indigenous Pierogans? The indigenous Karogans? No, they've just evolved and they joined the modern world, so you can't tell them from anyone else. Thomas Potts says at Anti-Tracker, I sent you pictures of my new ship. It's one ugly Starfleet ship in STD. One of the ugly Starfleet ships in STD. DJ Odyssey says, old woman, that was June Cleaver. Thomas Potts says, that was a French accent? You can't tell this was me the French accent. Oh. We have the champagne and the cheese and the chocolate. Of course, it's the French accent. DJ says, sounded German to me. Nightbreeze says, leg her down a smack. Smack 'em, yak 'em. Actor says, I would like to know, is Joe color coordinated with the background? Very aesthetic. Well, it is St. Joseph's Day, and you're supposed to wear red on St. Joseph's Day, and of course the first graphic I could find on St. Joseph's Day that could reasonably fit turned out to be orangish with some red in it, so it worked out. Anti-Tracker gives a sad face. Luke says, oh yeah, I forgot, lol. Thomas says, and skipped. Thomas says, just threaten Luke, he will surrender and come back. Josh Street says, if I want to see what kind of dictator I'd be, I'd play Paradox Grand Strategy game like Hearts of Iron. Thomas Potts says, you're getting kind of gay with Luke. I don't know who you're talking to, but it's obviously not me. Darth Calhoun says to Josh Street, I'm playing as fascist Ukraine right now. Josh Street says to Darth Calhoun, but you're not streaming. Luke is getting a little upset. Luke says, this will be reported to Marlena. Oh boy. The multi-gunman says, fun fact, the Netherlands are full of Neanderthals. I just confused the word. I didn't call Netherlands people Neanderthals. Hector says, something making Joe's head eclipse. Yeah, well, I don't know. Not a lot of light in here today. Luke says the Hermavia. Luke, you write that, type that out as if you think I know how to pronounce it. Josh Street says, Bird, there were cobblestone roads in most cities in America. Dirt roads were when you left the cities. Right. And were cobblestones good for biking? No. No, they weren't. Luke says, you think. DJ Odyssey says, I hear sirens. They are coming for him. Speaking of people coming for people, that's another story you might want to get to today. Zethon says, look at these tiny nations. Oh, Zethon, Your nation lost pretty handily to the mighty nation of Karoga. Anti-Tracker says, I just wanted to say that all of you that are mad at me for not putting out videos, I am sorry. However, Borg series goes live again tomorrow, and yes, and some of us who are subscribers have already got to see it. Zethon says, don't worry, Anti-Tracker, I'm not mad at you for not putting out videos. And that is completely honest, too. DJ Odyssey says, haven't heard anyone say they was mad. Yeah, haven't heard anyone really complaining. Hector says, 105 million, why are my people not reproducing? Zethon says, you need a lesson from the nation of Zethon. Population 1.455 billion. But Zethon, you fell pretty quick today to Karoga. Thomas Potts is laughing at 6 losses. Thomas, I don't even know who attacked me. It was probably some huge nation I never even heard of, because it wasn't any of you guys. DJ Odyssey says, keep hanging on women, bird, not a way to get a date. What woman? Who was I hanging on? Luke Favark says, I didn't even notice the challenge function, neither did I. It might be new. Hector says, that sounded like a robot girl, though. Are you talking about Alexa? Cancel. Anti-Tracker yells, Thomas. Hector says, that's why we keep my nation hidden until needed. Anti-Tracker says, now it's time to come. It's time to come. That was taken out of context. Hector says, surprise. Luke says, bird of prey, check out Nodrius. That's one of my 2 dictatorships. Nodrius. Is this a real country? Iron fist consumerist. Slavery, tyranny, despair. Civil rights are outlawed. Political freedoms are outlawed. And the economy is reasonable. A population of only 80 million. The currency is the scar. And the animal is the octopus, which is the same as that other country by Luke. So, yeah. Okay, you've got 2 nations. Good for you. Good for you. I'm not going to attack you tonight. We have to figure out what I'm going to do. Maybe we can sign a peace treaty. Hector says, how many nations do you spawn, Luke? Thomas says, bird of prey, you've played this month more than us. Yeah, but I didn't really do anything. Hector says, it's not Joe's fault, you are taunting him. Thomas says, that explains a lot of Karoga is a drug addict. Hector says, you will need drugs to withstand living in Karoga. Darren Wagner says, how is the bird today? Doing well, Darren. It is St. Joseph's Day, and since my name is technically Joseph, it is my name day. So if you request, I will tug my ear just for you to give you good luck. I have been blessed with the name, and from what I've read in Wikipedia about St. Joseph's Day. I'm basically as close to God as any of you will get in this life. For today. Only for today. Okay, my mind has, the ego, it hasn't gone to my mind. I'm not saying that I'm, Jesus reincarnated. I was just the honor of his legal human father. So. DJ says, I just beat Karoga with cheerfulness. I doubt that. Hector says, why only one comparison is needed? I don't know. Thomas says, he can't beat us if we stand united. Yes, I can. Bird says, better check Discord. I just beat you. Don't care. I'll just beat you 15 times tonight. The odds are forever in my favor, DJ. Luke Favark says, Hector, 4 nations, Hector, that's easy. They kind of grow by themselves. You just have to answer some issues every now and then, or ignore them. Hector says, it's a German posing as a French or something. Anti-Turker says, Thomas, I've seen that one, and yes, it's one ugly ship. Thomas Potts says it doesn't belong in Starfleet. Darren Wagner says the Norway class also doesn't belong in Starfleet. Luke says, I know you can't pronounce this, that's the point of the name. Never heard of nations with names you can't even pronounce. Not really. Thomas Potts says, I'm not mad at all. DJ says, hanging up. Okay, Bird, in Discord. It shows 5 wins against you. Oh, jeez. Do I even have Discord open? No. Go into Discord. DJ Odyssey. Oh, jeez. And cheerfulness. That was barely a win. Wait, Karoga had 8 and DJ Land has 1. Eco-friendliness? Well, of course we're not eco-friendly. That should be a plus. Authoritarianism. Why is that a plus that you're more authoritarian? Nudity. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy. Happy not to win in public nudity. Compliance. World censor agents attempt to lure citizens into committing various crimes in order to test the reluctance of citizens to break the law. So, entrapment, basically. Law-abiding acts per hour. So, basically, you win in entrapment and public nudity. I do not mind that we've lost. I don't even consider them losses. Okay, I'm proud of those losses. Thomas Potts says, well done, DJ. Hector says, I never heard of tugging as good luck. Well, now you have. DJ says, you see, he doesn't want to show his losses. Hector says, yeah. Trivia says, happy name day. Hi from the UK. Thank you, Trivia. Welcome to the stream. Hector says, good morning, DJ. And DJ just uses lore hooker. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay, so we're up to 11 people watching. Let us check out there is some news stories. I hope I'm not taking the thunder out of DJ Odyssey with some of these stories, but there are some I want to mention. This one is the Alaska landmine, explosive Alaska news, but it is legit news source. I don't know why that advertisement is on top. State's Human Rights Commissioner attacks private citizen for Black Rifles Matter bumper sticker. So basically this guy had a bumper sticker on the back of his pickup truck. It said Black Rifles Matter or something like that, with a picture of a semi-automatic firearm. And an official state employee used their business cards and put notes on his truck saying please not to park the truck in the building's parking lot. And then they also, using official state letterhead, contacted the owner of the building and said that they don't want this guy's like a contractor doing work in the building. They don't want him to be allowed to park near the building because they found it offensive. And they even posted it on Facebook as the commissioner of human rights. And in what world is this okay? And very quickly they got a number of comments from people in Alaska who told them, in this world it's okay, you idiots. It is freedom of speech, and you, as a government representative, cannot be denying somebody their free speech. Now, if they wanted to have the opinion that this was something they didn't want to see, and they wanted to leave a note as a personal citizen, not using government, not using their state government business cards and letterhead, I'm all for that. They have their First Amendment rights as well. But when you're acting on behalf of the state, when you are throwing your name and your titles around, both as Commissioner of Human Rights, and then there was also a law enforcement person with his title, no, you do not have your right to use your title and your position in state government to fight for your First Amendment beliefs. Okay, when you represent the state, you have to abide by the Constitution. And then after a bunch of bad PR from people who told them that it was totally wrong for them to be attacking this guy, the Alaska State Commission for Human Rights, which sounds like a complete waste of money, by the way. Why does Alaska need a commission on human rights? It says, earlier today we posted a sticker that we read as racist, that read Black Rifles Matter. It offended many gun owners who felt we were against the Second Amendment and the right of citizens to own guns. Please know that is not the case. Our concern with the connotation of the statement to the Black Lives Matter movement, we know some of you were offended by the post, so we removed it. So basically, please stop yelling at us. We don't want to get this any more press than it's already gotten, because maybe we're going to have to be forced to resign if people keep complaining about it. So yeah, and this guy is a small business owner. He felt like he's being bullied, and the owner of the building also felt like he was in an impossible position. He didn't want to ban this guy from parking there, but getting threats, what seemed like threats on official state letterhead from Human Rights Commission and law enforcement officer. They're like, the implication there is we're going to make your life a living hell if you don't comply with us. So, yeah. That's what's going on in Alaska. Now, this is an interesting one. A study says that 3 in 5 millennials say life is more stressful now than ever before. Ever before in history. I'm sorry, millennials. If you think life is more stressful now than it's ever been, you should get a refund for whatever your parents and the country spent on your college, because clearly they did not teach you. Okay, yeah, it might be tough when you lose your cell phone, but you know what you don't have to worry about? Getting polio. Right? You don't have to worry about getting an infection and dying because there's no antibiotics. You don't have to worry about being drafted into Vietnam or World War II for that matter, or World War I, or Korean War, or any number of wars. Our army right now is totally voluntary. You don't know shit, basically. And here's the list. Here is the list of the 20 most stressful scenarios reported by millennials. 1. Losing a wallet/credit card. 2. Arguing with a partner. 3. Commute and traffic delays. Really? Your commute or millennials don't even drive. So you're sitting on a train or standing on a train, going to work or a bus. That is the 3rd most stressful thing in your life. My God, I want to just smack you around. Okay, that wouldn't even rank on my top 10 of stressful things back when I could walk, let alone now. And this is your number 3. Number 4, losing a phone. Here's a tip. Don't lose your fucking phone. Okay? It's not that hard. I've lost one phone in 40 fucking years. Okay? One phone did I lose in 40 years. It is not something you need to be stressed about. And it is not exceptionally difficult to not lose your damn phone. Arriving late to work. Hint, get up earlier. 6, slow Wi-Fi. Holy crap. Why are you even on Wi-Fi? Okay, if you have Wi-Fi at home, then it can be as fast as you pay for it. Don't worry about Wi-Fi anywhere else. You shouldn't even have Wi-Fi anywhere else. Phone battery dying. Get off the phone and only use it when you need to. Forgetting passwords. Idiots. There have been password managers for a decade. Okay? Use them. You only have to remember one password. And you can probably just train it to use your fingerprint. So, credit card fraud. Well, I don't know what you're doing with your credit card, but credit card fraud should not be as stressful because A, credit card is not your money that's being stolen, it's the bank's money. And B, you are not responsible for any fraudulent charges on your credit card by federal law. At the very most you could ever be held responsible for is $50. But no bank even charges you the $50. You could frickin' Your credit card could be used to buy a $50,000 worth of tickets one way to freaking Dubai on first class. And when you realize that it's been used, and you get your statement and you look it over, even if it's been 30 days and it's the first time you looked at your statement, all you have to do is call your credit card company and say, yeah, I didn't buy those tickets. And that's it. They have to take it off. Now, if you really did spend the money, they're going to sue you and you're going to be screwed. But no, there is nothing you have to worry about credit card fraud. Forgetting a phone charger, Jesus Christ. Losing or misplacing keys, okay, but you know what? Is it really deserved to be on the top 11? Paying bills, okay, I could understand that. Job interviews, well, if you stop changing jobs every year or two, you wouldn't have to go on as many job interviews. Just a little pro tip there. Phone screen breaking, okay, don't get a phone whose screen breaks. Don't drop your phone. If you don't have your phone out as much, it's much less likely to break. Lots of things like that. 15 credit card bills. Fine. I can understand that. I would say, don't spend more than you have, but I realize that there are sometimes you have no real choice. You need something that you actually need, not just desire. And I'm not talking about a bunch of lattes, but if you actually have a reason that in emergency you need to spend the money, yes, it's better to do it via credit card than, say, a payday loan. But so I'll grant you 15 could be on there. 16, the check engine light coming on. I don't understand, since we've already been told that millennials by and large don't even like to drive, how this makes a top 20. 17, school loan payments. Well, yeah, when you spend $100,000 on school to get a job where you're lucky to make 35, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. I'd say you should have thought a little bit harder about what you were going to major in, and if it paid to even take a loan to go to school to begin with. 18, job security. Well, when you're constantly losing your phones, breaking your screens, and are late to work, and are complaining about slow Wi-Fi, yeah, you might have an issue with job security. It comes with the territory. Choosing what to wear. I'm going to guess that this is 19 because this was a co-ed sampling. But I'm going to go out on a limb and guess more women probably chose choosing what to wear than men as one of their biggest stress-inducing things as millennials. But you know what? I can't even be sure. I can't even be sure of that anymore. But it's not difficult to make a plan and maybe plan out your week of what you're going to wear. And you don't have to look special every time. Okay? You can just put on a pair of slacks or khakis or whatever, and whatever shirt that you're allowed to wear at work, and live with it, okay? Don't go out in the Crocs. Don't go out in the Crocs. Get yourself either a real pair of shoes or at the very least sneakers. And not blue. White, black, brown, gray. Period. And number 20, washing dishes. Yes, a necessity, but if washing dishes is in your top 20 of the most stressful things you have to report, please switch lives with me. Yes, Sassy. Please switch lives with me. I can't imagine how washing dishes would be in the top 50 or even the top 100 things that stressed me out at any point in my life. Even forgetting the fact that almost anyone who wants one can have a dishwasher come these days. So, yeah, millennials. And I hope this is not insulting to any millennials who might be on the stream. I really hope you take this as a lesson and not as an insult. And finally, apparently U.S.-backed forces celebrate victory as ISIS caliphate is reduced to a few hundred square yards of bombed-out scrapyard, tiny last stronghold surrounded, as terrorists behind suicide attack that killed 4 Americans are captured. I have not heard about this on the mainstream news, but apparently ISIS is pretty much defeated, according to this story, and while I'd love to believe it, I am holding out a grain of salt, but this map is ISIS territory in 2014. You can see they were throughout Syria and throughout Iraq, especially in the big cities. Even though they didn't hold the desert countrysides, these are population centers that are in this color. And 2 days ago, they were down to just a couple of miles in Syria. And then yesterday, this green was how much the U.S.-backed forces had cleared. And as of today, this is the green zone, and only this little red sliver is ISIS. If this story is true, I mean, damn it, this is like total victory almost. Now, that said, look at the difference between this land and the ISIS strongholds, which have been bombed to all hell. And the only thing I can think of is in Deep Space Nine, in the last episode, where the founder refuses to call off the Breen and the Jem'Hadar from attacking, and Kira is like, Cisco. I forget if it was Kira or Cisco. No, Kira was there. And she's like, why? You know this war is lost. And the female founder is like, because they're going to keep fighting to the very end. And you might win this war, or you will win this war, but the cost will be so great you will have lost so many that victory will be as bitter as defeat. And it certainly feels like that might be the case. For still, better victory than defeat. But it's been so long, and so many have been injured and killed. I don't know. I'm glad there's no big mission accomplished banner up this time. But it would be nice to hear the media at least acknowledge it. And the very last thing I want to talk about in news is a site called Kiwi Farms. Now, for those not familiar, Kiwi Farms has absolutely nothing to do with New Zealand. They get their name because the website that they came off of sounded like Kiwi, even though it wasn't spelled Kiwi. But they realized since people were calling it Kiwi, they made their website kiwifarms.net. And to be clear, most people, you probably don't want to join this website. It is not... it's mostly a website where they make fun of other people on the internet. And they call them lol cows because they've just decided that these people who are usually have mental issues of some type, but are online, that they find ways to just quote unquote milk them for their amusement, and this entire site sprung up from it. And while I don't agree with its mission, it has been one of the most frequently attacked websites, US-based websites, constantly having to defend itself because they are following guidelines of free speech. They do not promote any violence. They shut that down real quick. Okay, they're not promoting violence against anyone. It is strictly, as they say, for the lulz, for fun, and even that can be tough to watch. But a lot of their users also visit 4chan and 8chan, and so when the New Zealand shooter videos went live on Facebook, a lot of Kiwi farmers started copying it right away. And so the video was available on Kiwi Farms within minutes of it going live on Facebook. And while Facebook and Twitter and even BitChute and every other website that I can think of except LiveLeak, and maybe even since LiveLeak, but every website I can think of in the world has since capitulated and removed the shooting video, the video from the shooter. The only one that has completely refused to do so is Kiwi Farms, and their administrator, nicknamed Null, but real name Joshua Moon, he has a back and forth with the New Zealand police, and he just went ahead and posted it right on up at the front of Kiwi Farms for everybody to see. And I do not agree with Kiwi Farms 99% of the time, but goddamn, I would have used more tact. I would have used a bit more diplomatic, but he would not be bullied by a foreign nation to removing a video that he had absolutely no reason to remove, and that the entire premise of trying to censor this video from the internet is ridiculous. I mean, New Zealand, even Russia or China would be hard pressed to erase a video from the internet once it was out. New Zealand is certainly not going to be able to do it. And the fact that they're trying so hard is kind of embarrassing to them. And he makes he doesn't spare any punches. So here's the original. Here's an email that Joshua Moon, admin of Kiwi Farms, got on March 17th at 6:12 a.m. Florida Eastern Time. Good afternoon. I'm hoping you can help us with an investigation the New Zealand police are working on. On 15 March 2019, there was a shooting in New Zealand with multiple fatalities at two mosques in the city of Christchurch. The alleged offender in this matter is Brenton Tarrant. And I don't know why he put Tarrant in capital letters, but whatever. At around the time of the shooting, there were a number of posts and links on kiwifarms.net relating to the shooting and Tarrant. We would like to preserve any posts and technical data, including IP addresses, email addresses, etc., links to these posts pending a formal legal request. Could you please advise what legal process you require for this request, and also confirm preservation of the data requested pending legal process? Kind regards, John Michael, Detective Senior Sergeant. And he leaves his email in there. And of course, John, like most idiots, not idiots, I shouldn't say idiots, like most slaves of corporate and municipal legal departments, puts down this complete nonsense that is completely unenforceable. That says, warning, the information contained in this email message is intended for the addressee only and may contain privileged information. It may also be subject to provisions of Section 50 of the Policing Act of 2008, which creates an offense to have unlawful possession of police property. If you are not the intended recipient of this message, or have received this message in error, you must not pursue, use, distribute, or copy this message or any of its contents. Also, please note the views expressed in this message may not necessarily reflect those of New England Police. If you have received this message in error, please email or telephone the sender immediately. Guy, not even in the United States does that hold an ounce of water. Okay? If you email me, you cannot put a freaking notice in the bottom of your email that binds me to do or not do anything. And the very fact that you think you can makes it all the more, makes me all the more thrilled to see the response Joshua Moon gives this guy. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of bad words. And like I said, it's not as tactful or as nice as I would have said it. I would have been more diplomatic. But man, I would have had the same exact answer. And so Joshua Moon writes, is this a joke? I'm not turning over any information about my users. The person responsible for posting the video and manifesto PDF is myself. So he's saying he posted the video himself, which I believe is completely true. He says, I feel real bad for you guys. You've got a quiet nation, and now this attack is going to be the first thing people think of for the next 10 years. I don't know if it'll be 10 years. When they hear the name New Zealand, but you can't do this. Tell your superiors they're going to make the entire country and its government look like clowns by trying to censor the internet. That's a legit point. Now, this is probably where I would have worded things differently. This almost sounds like I'm playing nation states. You're a small, irrelevant island nation, barely more recognizable than any other nameless Pacific sovereignty. You do not have the clout to eradicate a video from the internet, and you do not have the legal reach to imprison everyone who posted it. If anyone turns over the information they're asking for, I assume he meant you're asking for, they're not only cowards, but they are effing idiots. My name is Joshua Moon. I am a U.S. citizen living overseas. My company is contained within a Florida company. If you need an address to send physical documents to, this works. And he gives an address for Lolcow LLC, which is the legal owner of Kiwi Farms. And this is not secret. This address is out there, so don't worry about it being in this video. He says, if you're wondering, no, Kiwi Farms has nothing to do with New Zealand. Our name is a pointed jab at some of the mush-mouth, autistic people we were making fun of. Absolutely nothing about our community is NZ-oriented. And then he really goes for the jugular. He's like, and I don't give a single solitary F what Section 50 of your Effie law say about sharing your email. F off, you S-hole country. F your S-hole country. Josh. And then the reply from John, Detective John. Hi, Josh. Appreciate your quick response. We'll definitely consider what you've said. Regards, John. And then Joshua goes on to tell everybody that Kiwi Farms doesn't keep logs. All previous logs, if they had, were erased. The software only keeps 24 hours of records. It's the minimum. He's got to turn to keep the most minimal records, so that even if tomorrow somehow the FBI got involved, which they probably wouldn't, but if they did actually send something he had to, he could be legally compelled to listen to, they would have no information left. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's gone like Hillary's emails, and there's no getting it back. And he broke no law because New Zealand has no right to make such a request of an American company. And the other thing is that this guy, this shooter, he streamed it on Facebook. He didn't stream it on Kiwi Farms. He wasn't even a member of Kiwi Farms. So why, it's just people who don't even know how the internet works are trying to make decisions that are making them look like total idiots. And then because of this, you guys know I've been making videos about Gab, which is a free speech online platform. Gab had no part. This guy didn't use Gab. He didn't stream from Gab. As far as we know, he never was even a user of Gab. Yet, because of this shooting, Australia and New Zealand have used it as reason to start blocking Gab from their entire country. It's like, what the hell are you doing? The guy uses Facebook to live stream a murder, and Gab gets punished. It's so ridiculous, so ridiculous. It annoys the hell out of me, and that more than anything is what I wanted to bring up. Now, I'm not saying go to Kiwi Farms, because I do not. I have my brushes with Kiwi Farms. Still, I mean, there are people from Kiwi Farms I have online conversations with on occasion, but I'm not endorsing Kiwi Farms by any means. But goddamn, I just enjoyed reading that pushback against New Zealand, because yes, they are being completely absurd in what they are trying to do with censorship now. So what? I'm going to the comments now. Hector says, good going, DJ. Hector says, DJ just uses lure hooker. DJ says, yeah, but when Bird drops off lure hookers in his Jeep. Hector says, sounds like legit news source. Well, I've got forum members who are from Alaska. It is a legit. I mean, granted, the name is kind of weird. I can't say that all of their stories are accurate, but that one is. Hector says, I like more that YouTube Tom's Jones tab. The Tom Jones tab. Yeah. Actually, that's going to be the next song. That is the next song I have to sing. Darren Wagner says, wow, Bird said shit. Things are getting serious. Thomas says Karoga is full of millennials. And yeah, I'm sorry, my language got a little rough there. I hope we're all adults here. Darren Wagner says, oh dang. Hector says, well, now it reached F levels. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Says, this is why Generation Z will eliminate the millennials from our political scenario. I hope, Darth. Josh Reed says, slow Wi-Fi is my 69-year-old mother. Thomas Potts says, wow, Bird of Prey, wow. DJ Odyssey says, how can they lose their phones anyway? I've never seen them out of their hands, lol. Josh Reed says, Bird, how the hell do you play Nation States? Josh Reed, I honestly don't know. Just click around, you make your own flag, you upload it, you choose a name, you try to figure out how to join the region called the United Federations, because not the United Federation of Planets or the United Federation without an S, because there's a bunch of them, but the United Federations, plural. And that's the region that has most of us in it. So that's probably the best region to join. John Meyer says the mission accomplished banner referred merely to the ship that was on the mission it was tasked with. And that's fine. I honestly didn't mind the mission accomplished banner, because they did finish that particular mission. But I mean, it has become a laughing, people now use it to make fun of it, which is unfortunate. Fee, asks Thomas. I don't get it. Fee. Thomas Bond says AOC blame the NRA. I wouldn't be surprised. Could we make our own region? Asked Thomas Potts. It's a good question, Thomas. I honestly don't know. I don't know nearly as much as nation states as I do about city skylines. Nation states is just something I do when I have 5 or 10 extra minutes, and I can go to it in my browser and make a couple of policies and see what their World Council, aka the UN, is up to, and vote, even though it's useless because no matter what the issue is, I always find myself voting with the minority. It's very rare that I vote with the majority on whatever the issue is. So yeah, I guess not a hell of a lot of comments during all those rants, so I don't know if that's good or bad. I do apologize for the occasional F-bombs and 4-letter words. I will try to give some warning about those next time. So, John, are you here? John Araki, are you still here? Since it was John who sent over the money to sing that song. Though it might be better to wait till I get my hair piece. Wait till my hair grows in on Thursday. That might make for a better music video. And Thomas Potts posts a link on how to create a region. Let's see. Are you sure you want to leave YouTube? Yes. Nation States is a nation simulation game where you run your own fictional country just the way you want. As a nation's power grows, you may find that your influence over other nations isn't enough. Do you want to lead a group of nations? If so, keep reading to learn how to become the founder of your very own region. Change region, your region name, enter a region name, adjust the settings for the new region. The World Facebook Factbook entry is public description of the region. The boxes can be checked or unchecked to determine regional security. Enjoy being founder of a region. So basically, you've just got to create a new region. Why is there a red message about helicopters popping up when I try to create a region? That's weird. I don't know, Thomas. If you want to create a region, I say go for it. I'd love to create a region, but I'm honestly just so busy and so backed up on other things right now. I don't think I have time needed for keeping a region together in nation states. Darth Kilhoun says, Bird, look for the Klingon of Starkwald on nation state. The kingdom of Starkworld on nation state. Okay. DJ Odyssey says, damn, I'm killing myself today. Don't do that, DJ. Do you need help? I mean, I assume you're meaning that as a joke, not that you're actually killing yourself, but that you're you're having a bad day or you're causing issues for yourself. So, yeah, talk to us, DJ. I ate wieners and beans. Okay, well now I understand the situation. Try some Gas X. Get some Gas X if you don't have some. I know it's a little cold and snowy probably, but yeah, get some Gas X. That helps. A couple of Gas X. So not going to get rid of all the gas, but it takes the edge off. At least for me, without getting too personal. Okay, we're checking for this nation. Starkwalled. Kingdom of Starkworld. Iron Fist Consumerist. God Save the King. Darth Calhoun. Why am I not surprised that is your... I assume it's yours. Of course it's yours. Your motto. Civil rights unheard of. Economy reasonable. Political freedom outlawed. And a population of only 5 million. Currency is the Reichsmark. And the animal... Oh, Jesus, Darth. And the animal I'm not even going to say. God damn it. Influence 0, and you're in the Pacific region. Do you have any cards? Do you even know what cards were? No, you didn't know about cards. That's fine. I honestly didn't know about it till like 8 months into first starting this game. The Kingdom of Starkwalled is a fledgling orderly nation renowned for its compulsory military service and restrictive gun laws. Really? Restrictive gun laws? The hard-nosed, cynical population of 5 million Starkwaldens are kept under strict control by the oppressive government, which measures its success by the nation's GDP and refers to individual citizens as human resources. Kind of ironic that that's kind of what companies refer to employees as, but in government that appears to be a bad thing. The medium-sized, moralistic, well-organized government juggles the competing demands of law and order, defense, and spirituality. The average income tax rate is 36.4%, but much higher for the wealthy. The Starkwalden economy is worth 205 billion Reichsmarks a year, and is quite specialized and dominated by the trout farming industry. Wow. With significant contributions from beef-based agriculture, okay, I'm all for that, arms manufacturing, that's good, and furniture restoration. Well, black market activity is frequent, wouldn't be surprised. State-owned companies are reasonably common. Average income is 41,191 Reichsmarks and evenly distributed, with the richest citizens earning 2.4 times as much as the poorest. Holy crap. There's a ton of wealth redistribution going on. Crime, especially youth-related, is totally unknown, thanks to a well-funded police force, progressive social policies, and education and welfare. And I don't know what I clicked on. And people call me racist. Starkworld is ranked 141, 693rd in the world, and 5,802 in the Pacific region for largest automobile manufacturing sector, scoring minus 7.07 on the Henry Ford Productivity Index. So, yeah, the kingdom of Starkwald, iron fist consumerist. Surprised, but not surprised. You should, I would say, if you want, come on over to the United Federations, but maybe just wait if Thomas Potts makes his own region. Thomas says, if in that case, use Bird's bathroom, because a DJ is wieners and beans today. DJ says, no, I've been outside in a t-shirt all day. It was 52 today. Darth Calhoun says, it's mine. Yeah, I figured. And Thomas Potts says, wow. And Darth Calhoun says, it was funny to do it. I just made it too. Thomas Potts says, is that a liberal country? Doesn't appear to be, although there is socialism. Josh Street says, lol, I won against Darth Stark Walled. Yeah, well, he's only got 5 million people. Robert Knowles, welcome to the stream, Robert Knowles. Darth Calhoun says, I just made it, so it's still in the works. And Josh Street says, Bird, look at fist cat row. And DJ Odyssey just won against Darth too. Uh-oh. You got all these guys attacking you, Darth. Is that a name of a country in nation states, Josh? I'll see what I can find. Give me a second. Where's the search? Where is the search? See, I've just been doing is pasting in the name into the top. Telegrams, new telegram. 2. There we go. Found it. The Empire of Fist Cat Row. New York Times Democracy. We will endure. Okay. Average civil rights, good economy, and excellent political freedom, zero influence. Fist Cat Row. The currency is the dollar, and the animal is a falcon. That is a quality animal if I've ever heard of one. The Empire of Fist Cat Row is a fledgling safe nation, remarkable for its barren, inhospitable landscape, compulsory military service, and irreverence towards religion. The hard-working democratic population of 5 million Fist Cat Rowans enjoys sensible mix of personal and economic freedoms, while the political process is open and the people's right to vote held sacrosanct. I assume that means, like, above all else. The relatively small government juggles competing demands of defense, law and order, and welfare. The average income tax rate is 18.7%. Wow. That is not bad. The Fist Cat Ronin economy is worth $269 billion a year. It is broadly diversified, led by the gambling industry, with major contributions from information technology, furniture restoration, wood chip exports. Average income is $53,905, evenly distributed, with the richest citizens earning only 4 times as much as the poorest. Well, that is surprisingly, equal, considering you do not have like total control over the economy and freedoms like in Starkwald. So yeah, there we go. And oh, look at this nice IT graphic on top. So another country for you guys all to attack. As in, don't attack the mighty nation of Karoga. Okay? Don't attack the mighty nation of Karoga. Back to the chat. TJ Odyssey, I just won a bunch against Tarth 2. Josh Street says it's mine. Darth Cahool says my kingdom is under siege. By the way, I did mine for fun. I think we all did ours for fun. I didn't do it for more work. DJ Odyssey says, I just got a flawless victory against Karoga. Did you, Darth? I'm just saying that there's going to be payback. You're not going to know when it's going to come, but it's going to happen. Josh Street says, all I did was hit random 3 times, and I went with what it landed up on. Yeah, well, you could do that. Anti-Tracker says, wow, you're still going. I am, Anti-Tracker. I had some pretty nasty rants about millennials and New Zealand trying to censor the world and some other things. And we played some nation states, figured out how to attack each other in nation states. Thomas Bott says, Anti-Tracker, I might have 2 top ship quizzes this Saturday. DJ Odyssey says, proof is on Discord. I believe you, DJ, but it's gonna cost you. Anti-Tracker says to Thomas that he looks forward to it. Thomas Potts, it took 5 rounds to beat you, Josh. Anti-Tracker, so you play City Skylines for 4 hours until I start streaming. No, not City Skylines. Did I say City Skylines? I meant City States. Oh, so play City Skylines for 4 hours until you start streaming, because it's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, then an hour for Central Time. No. I've got to be calling it, I got to be calling it night soon. My dinner is getting cold, and it helps if I eat before I pass out. Jerk. You know, Anti-Tracker, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really do want to get back to Nerd Map. I'm not making a promise, but after I eat dinner, there's a 50% chance, if no one else is live, I don't want to step on toes, if no one else from the local group goes live, that I might just come back and play some more of Nerd Map, because I'm really loving playing it without all the things, without all the buildings available, and actually having to build the city up and all that good stuff. So I'm going to be honest, there's half a shot after I eat dinner and I get ready, I might come back on later before you stream. So yeah. Thomas says, I would like you to stream that long. Oh, thank you, Thomas. DJ says, don't look at me. I have a radio show to do in 2 hours. Anti-Tracker says, just put your dinner in the vacuum and set it to blow. Oh, God. Well, we do have a brand new vacuum on hand at all times, just in case. But I don't think setting the vacuum to blow is the way to eat dinner. I'm sorry. I can eat dinner pretty quick, all things truth be said. But I also need a few minutes to center myself and get all settled. So it's 7:20 now. I can't promise, but if I'm not streaming by an hour from now, then I'm probably not gonna stream. I will put in my Discord, or I guess I'll put in Anti-Tracker General Discord a final if I'm not gonna stream. I'll let you guys know I'm not gonna stream, and we'll go from there. Thomas Spot says DJ and Anti-Tracker working Darth already stream. Batman does like 10 minutes between live streams. I'm sure you won't interfere. DJ and Anti-Tracker working. Darth already streamed. Batman does 10-minute live streams. Yeah, that's true. So I guess it's pretty open tonight. So I will do my best, guys, but I'm going to sign off, eat some dinner, do some Jaloja. Oh, I didn't even get a chance. I did not even get a chance to do the video break because I didn't have to Jaloja. But yes, that, instead of California Girls, we're going to have that next time. I need to break, which I'm sure will be more fun. So, Qapla, good night, and I will maybe see you guys a little later. Enjoy. Oh, please, smash, click, lick, punch, drop kick. Yes, spinning drop kick, and like Street Fighter, Sudoku, or whatever the guy yelled at that like button, please. DJ says, I can't live stream until tomorrow night because I'm finally putting the paneling up. Yay. Good for you, DJ. Robert Knowles says, hope to see you later then. Take it easy. Thomas says, Anti-Tracker says, I sent you a picture of the next ships I'm getting. DJ says, I hit like. Spinner wound Spock. Thomas says, DJ, no streaming, you painting. Yeah, you should stream that. Okay, Qapla. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. If you want to visit me, check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. And if you're really crazy, you can send me some money on PayPal. Take care.